it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. I thought I would film a more sort of casual what I eat in a day video so you guys can see what I would eat on a normal day. When I do my more filmed and edited what I eat in a day videos, I do kind of plan those out. So I thought it'd be good just to show you guys, you know, what's it like in my everyday life. So I actually have zero plans or ideas of what I'm going to eat today. And you guys know I usually eat oatmeal for breakfast because I love oatmeal, but I actually made myself a smoothie bowl. I was in the kitchen and I was like, you know, I feel like a smoothie today. So I'm documenting this rare occasion. So I actually made a sweet potato smoothie bowl. That's why it looks purple. I used purple sweet potatoes. I got mine at Whole Foods, but I think Trader Joe's sells them too. So first I just added some coconut butter and sweet potatoes into a food processor, and then I pulsed that until the sweet potatoes were finely chopped. I like to do this first because it helps the sweet potatoes blend into the frozen bananas more once I add them. Then I just added a splash of some coconut almond milk and I blended everything together until it was smooth and creamy. And then I topped my bowl with some pieces of a fig, and I ate the rest of the fig while I was decorating my bowl because figs are delicious. And then I also added some cacao nibs, some pumpkin seeds, and a drizzle of this gem superberry nut butter. Then I had to have a little photo shoot with my bowl, but here we are, ready to dig in. Oh, and yes, I am eating with a baby spoon. It's one of my favorite spoons. And it also helps me eat my smoothie bowls more slowly, because if I use a normal size spoon, it's like whoop, whoop, 3 seconds later, it's gone. I'm going to be working from home today, so I'm definitely going to be cooking all of my meals, but I'm going to finish this. I need to edit some photos and write some blog posts, and yeah, I will check in with you guys around lunchtime when I get hungry again. If you guys haven't made a sweet potato smoothie bowl before though, you should totally try it out. You don't have to use a purple sweet potato. You can just use a regular orange sweet potato. I just roast them in the oven first, then I cut them into chunks and I stick it into a freezer bag. I love food. Alright, so I've just been editing, doing blog posts like I said, and typically for a lunch on a normal day, I just eat whatever leftovers I have in the fridge. So I either cook a double batch of something that I had for dinner before, or when I do a lot of recipes, I usually end up eating the entire recipe myself. So if I have something left over from recipe, I'll eat that. So I'm just gonna go down, take a little trip to my fridge and see what I can whip up, and I'll show you guys once I make it. Alright guys, we got ourselves a feast. So this right here is my lunch. So over here, I made some mango curry jackfruit tacos for a recipe video that you guys should have already seen by now. So I'm just eating up the leftovers of that on some corn tortillas. And in the video I served them with cilantro and red onion, but I'm actually out of those right now. So I just topped them with some alfalfa sprouts. And yeah, I'm sure they're just gonna be equally delicious. And then over here, I have a salad, and it's just some mixed greens with some veggies I had in my fridge. So there's some cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, shredded carrots, and a little bit more sprouts. And then for the dressing, it was a dressing that I made for a different recipe post that's going to be on my blog. So in this bowl, there's probably like half an avocado, half of a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, half of a teaspoon of coconut aminos, the juice of 1/4 of a lemon, and a little bit of water to thin it out. Then on the side, I'm going to have some of my homemade kombucha. It's not this brand, but I just reuse these bottles. And yeah, that's my lunch. These tacos, guys, are so good. Do I look cute when I eat them? I'm sure I do not. Okay, so I'm not really getting anything done and I need a break, so I thought it would be a good time to chat with you guys. I've been getting a lot of questions recently, both on Instagram and on some YouTube videos about what I do for exercise or what types of yoga I do and my exercise routine, so I thought this would be a good video to talk to you guys about that. And honestly, I personally don't really like sharing my exercise routine just casually with everyone just because it's my exercise routine. It doesn't have to be your exercise routine, you know? I listen to my body and I'm doing what is best for me at this current moment, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you have to do, and you shouldn't adopt someone else's exercise routine thinking you're going to get their body either, because every body is different and beautiful in its own way, and every person needs to do what works best for them. So I just wanted to give that little grain of salt before I do get into it, because I have definitely struggled with exercise addiction in the past. I don't think I've really talked about it on my YouTube channel. And it was really, really hard for me to get out of it. And I feel like society is going at a faster pace nowadays, and there's all these pressures for everyone to do all these high intensity workouts and like go to the gym and do all these really intense things. And if your body doesn't need that or want that at this moment, that's not healthy. And for me, it was hard because I was always comparing myself to other people who were doing all these intense things, and I thought I had to do them. But at the end of the day, my body just started wearing down, and I realized that it wasn't the right decision for me. But it was still hard coming off of that. And I don't want this video to be too long, but if you guys are interested in sort of my whole story and my experience with exercise, let me know in the comments below and I can film a different video about it. I know a few of you guys have been requesting that I film another breakfast chat, so maybe I can talk to you guys about my whole story and experience, but for the rest of this, I'm just going to tell you about what I do now. So I stopped doing all intense exercise, and honestly guys, the only forms of exercise that I do are yoga and walking. And first, let me just clarify. I don't do intense exercise, but I still do hard exercise. People think that yoga sometimes is just like sitting in child's pose, and at least the yoga I do is not, okay? I am sweating every single time, but every day when I wake up, I do about 45 minutes to an hour, usually it's an hour of yoga. And the type of yoga I do kind of depends every day. I usually take one day where I do a more restorative flow or take it a little easier. But the other days I'm typically working pretty hard or working on asanas that I want to achieve. Like I've really been practicing handstand prep stuff recently. And I do 95% of my yoga from an online website that I pay to be a member of. It's thrivingplantbased.com. I will link it below. I've mentioned it in previous videos. I absolutely love it. I've been doing their videos for about like 8 months or so, I'd say, and I still haven't gotten bored. You pay, it's just $13.99 a month and you get unlimited access, so I think it's an amazing deal. I would highly recommend it. I used to do free YouTube videos, but ever since I joined Thriving Plant Based, I found that the videos were much better, much harder, and have definitely improved my level of practice. So that's what I like to do. So I do those videos, I'd say like 5 to 6 times a week. And then 1 to 2 times a week, I will try to flow on my own. So I'll just get on my mat, play some music, and do whatever I feel like I need to do for that day. And I've really been enjoying that, and I think that's been helping me improve my practice as well. So I do yoga videos. I will say I do a few booty videos just because, you know, we all want to have a nicer butt, and glute strength is actually really important, and a lot of people have a weak butt, so that's something that's, you know, good to work on. So I do a few YouTube workout videos for butts. They're like 10 minutes or less. I'll link those below if you guys are really curious. But then Thriving Plant Based also has like a yoga booty flow, and I like doing that at least like once a week. So yoga, butt exercises, and walking. So every single day I go for a walk for about an hour, and honestly I wouldn't really consider this part of my exercise routine. I consider it more of my mental health routine, just because I really love to get outside for an hour and just walk at a slow and relaxing pace. I walk around my neighborhood. I like to look at all the plants, see what's new in my neighbors' yards. That makes me sound like a creep, but yeah. But while I am walking outside, I typically listen to podcasts. I recently listed all of my favorite podcasts in a YouTube video, so I can link that too, because you guys always ask me for my favorite podcast. So I typically go in the evening, like right about when the sun is setting, after my dinner, but if something is going to happen in the evening where I can't go on my walk, I just go in the morning. And I find that it's a really great time to sort of unplug from staring at a screen. It's wonderful to get outside. I feel like that's something that a lot of us don't do enough. And yeah, I've really come to enjoy my walks. I started doing them about last fall, around last September, and I don't see myself giving them up anytime soon. And I used to ride my bike to class every day, but seeing as I'm not in class anymore, I just do yoga and I walk. So that's it for my exercise routine, and honestly, you're entitled to your own opinion, but I know my body and I know that that's what my body needs right now. I definitely needed to slow down and do something that's more restorative, and I like how all of my forms of exercise are more mindful, and I think that helps me to not get into that addictive mentality where I need to work for a certain amount of time or put in a certain amount of effort in order to be skinny or to love myself, because I honestly love my body and appreciate it where it's at, and I'm grateful for all that it can do for me, and I definitely think yoga has helped me with that, and I think just walking and de-stressing has helped me as well. So that's my exercise routine. So basically, find the form of exercise that works best for you and do that, and don't worry about what anyone else is doing, because they're not you, and just because what they're doing is working for them doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. So now I don't really know how to transition from this chat into dinner, so I think I'm just gonna make an awkward cut to me talking about my dinner. For some reason, I'm really craving like lentils and mushrooms and rice, so I think I'm actually gonna try to make like a veggie soup, even though it's summertime. I don't really care. I'm gonna do it anyways. Okay, so here is my finished product. It's really hot right now. So it didn't all fit in this bowl, and I accidentally poured all the liquid into this one, so I have soup leftovers in this one that I'm gonna eat too. And I'm going to top everything with some of these sprouts that I still have in my fridge. So basically, I just combined some green lentils and a wild rice mix with some sliced mushrooms, onion, carrot, and then I chopped up a small potato, and I added some vegetable broth and rosemary and just simmered everything for 45 minutes. So time to feast and probably watch vegan YouTubers. So it's been a little while since my dinner, and it was exactly what I wanted. Very satisfying. But you know, there's always room for dessert, so I didn't have any clean plates, so I put my dessert in a Tupperware instead. And I recently made this, it's like a banoffee ice cream pie, but I made the crust using cereal. I think the recipe for this will be up on my blog by the time this is posted. And this doesn't, it's kind of hard to see. I'll insert a prettier photo of it here to try to convince you to visit my blog and look at the recipe. But anyways, yeah, I'm just going to eat this, and then I'm not going to do too much for the rest of the evening. I'm just going to go on my walk, like I told you guys about, listen to a podcast episode, and probably do a little bit more work, and then turn in for the evening, maybe read, maybe work on my bullet journal. But thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If this is the first video of mine that you're watching, be sure to click that little subscribe button right down there. I post 2 new videos every single week, and if you have any video requests, you can also let me know in the comments below, and I would be happy to film them for you. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever time of day it is for you, and I guess I will see you in the next video. Bye!